It was the summer of '98 when I stayed with my cousins at a secluded beach house in Cape Cod. From the moment we arrived, something didn't feel right. The waves crashed onto the shore, but everything around seemed still. Too still. It was the kind of quiet that claws at the base of your neck, leaving you unsettled but unsure why. Then it happened. On the second night, I woke up suddenly. The room was dark, the kind of darkness that tricks your mind into seeing shapes and shadows. And then I heard it. A whisper, faint but unmistakable, like water slipping between clenched fists. "Help me." I froze. Who was it? I crept to the window, staring at the shoreline. Empty. By the morning, I convinced myself it was all in my head. The wind, probably. But I was wrong. Oh, I was so wrong. Each night, the whispers came back, rising from faint murmurs to cries, desperate sobbing, cries of unimaginable sorrow. My cousin Eric finally confessed that locals spoke of Harriet. She drowned decades ago, her body claimed by the unforgiving waves. They warned us to never step into the water after dark. But we didn't know. Even now, I hear whispers in the ocean breeze. Faint, begging, calling, and I pray they're not calling for me. But that's just one story of the sea refusing to stay silent. The next tale reveals what happens when curiosity pries open locks best left untouched. My girlfriend Emily and I found this quaint beach house on Tybee Island for a weekend getaway. It was charming, full of character. Except for one thing. One room was locked. The owner waved it off as old storage, nothing to worry about. But you know how it is when someone dangles a mystery in front of you and just expects you to ignore it. On the second night, as Emily and I played cards, we heard it. A noise, low but clear. Furniture moving. That awful, sharp screech of wood dragging against wood. We froze. Emily broke the silence, insisting it was probably just the wind. But then it came again. And again. I couldn't shake the feeling that something in that room wanted us to listen. Curiosity got the best of us. I grabbed the spare key from under the welcome mat and opened the door. Dust hung thick in the air, the furniture untouched for years, everything frozen in time. But there, on the mirror, faintly etched, were the words, "Leave now." Emily screamed, and we didn't wait to find out what it meant. Bags thrown into the car, tires screeching onto the road. I later heard the house was abandoned because of guests complaining about occurrences. Occurrences no one dared to explain. But I'll tell you this, I still hear that screeching furniture in my nightmares. Sometimes, the danger isn't in locked rooms. Sometimes, it's in the unshakable feeling that you're not as alone as you think. Three years ago, I rented a beach house on the coast of Oregon. It was perfect for my solo writing retreat. Quiet, secluded, with a breathtaking ocean view. Or so I thought. The first night as I settled in, I swore I heard footsteps from the floor below. Heavy, deliberate footsteps, the kind you feel in your chest. But I was alone. I'd locked every door. Hadn't I? The next morning, I told myself it was nothing. Maybe the old house creaking. But the next night, the sounds came back. Louder, closer, more impossible to ignore. The final straw was the third night. I woke up, heart pounding, feeling that gnawing sense of being watched. I dragged my eyes toward the foot of the bed, And there he was, a man, dripping wet. His tattered sailor's coat hung from a gaunt frame, and his eyes were hollow sockets, empty as the abysses below the waves. I screamed, and he vanished. But the scent of salt lingered. I left that house before the sun rose, the pages of my manuscript forgotten. When I finally spoke to the owner, they confirmed what I didn't want to hear. A sailor who once lived there had disappeared during a storm in the 1800s. His body never found, his spirit, perhaps, never at rest. Not all ghosts haunt in anger, but there's something deeply unnerving about the ones who do, and the ones who seek you out to join their endless despair. And there you have it. 3 true horror stories from beachside retreats that turned into nightmares. Next time you're by the ocean, or in an old house with a mysterious past, ask yourself, what whisper might the waves carry? What lurks behind locked doors? And who else might be staying with you, even if you can't see them? If these stories sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more bone-chilling tales. And remember, the next terrifying story might just be your own. Sleep well, if you can.
Thank you.